photograph, that gets sent to a database, that photographs get sent to the office and you sanction the work, and they get on with it. So it could be minutes excuse me, between an inspection and a fix. Now I keep thinking it's John Deere, but it's not. It's John Deere make the tractors, I know. It's something like that.
But there must be other companies that would do that sort of work.
Well, one hopes so. I don't know, maybe it's too expensive, maybe it's quite
Okay, so what is an immediate fix then?
On some of the main upright supports were rotting away, and the only thing we can do is actually replace the whole piece of wooden equipment because it's main upright supports. And others it says chains are worn, or where the shackle connects the chain to the piece of wood, that has worn, and they allow what we call a tolerance of wear within, otherwise it has to be replaced. Yeah.
How long has the playground been in existence?
Excuse me, I could, with due respect, Mr. Chair, I'd like to break standing orders at the moment, and I can ask the gentleman who could probably tell you the answer to that question.
That's fine.
Hugh, can you answer?
Yeah.
It's been in existence many years. I don't know just how many years, but
It has been a good number
it's
of
been a
years.
good number of years.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe we need to look about replacing the
Certainly
whole thing.
15 years or more.
Yeah.
I mean, what springs to mind is that the Royal Councillor did say there was 106 monies.
Oh yeah.
Some of that.
That's what I tried to say,
would be
106.
the whole of the.
Yeah, because maybe we replace
Yeah.
some, all the wooden stuff was rotting away, and then some of the DDA stuff, and Century Garden if we can, because we've got what, £25,000 we got told earmarked for this village for.
I don't know how much it is, I could work it out for the next.
Well, Councillor Delgado was spouting £25,000 for us to. Yeah, Section 106 money that's not
We
been.
need to look at using some of that money to replace it.
Can I just say that in the last few years we've had a new train in there, 2 climbing frames, I think the seesaws.
Yeah, the train's got some rust on it. It needs some child-safe paint, which is lead-free.
Yeah.
It needs.
And we have new fencing. if you
Yeah,
remember.
it says quite clearly in the report that the train has got some rust, and before the rust starts eating the metal and leaving sharper objects, they've recommended that we remove the rust and then paint with a lead-free, child-safe paint. I thought I put it in some of the point in the report.
Yeah.
And they did turn say it's only a small amount at the moment, but they did turn say it needed to be done sooner rather than later.
So do you think we ought to get a quote for replacing the parts that really need to be replaced, all of them?
The wooden stuff.
We just put all new posts in there, that's all been brought up to date and been painted.
But there might be newer ones that aren't wooden posts. I don't know, but there might be more upmarket play equipment. And if we can free up some of the
Councillor West,
106
can I just ask
money.
a quick, Councillor West, obviously what you haven't done is you haven't been in detail through this, looking at all these areas, have you?
I went through that for about 3 hours. I
Yeah, but
read
you
that.
haven't been to the site to look at all these areas to,
No, I didn't go
see
to.
how serious it is.
No, I didn't. So I thought if people want me to go back there, then yeah, I can do to each site. I can do that for you. But I will also take photographs to make sure that they're photographed. If people want me to do that, I'm happy to do that. But I was hoping people get sort of things out.
I personally think we should just get a company in who supplies new equipment and goes over there and says, well, we need replacing.
What would we do with that information? We're not qualified. We just don't know
No,
what
that's
we're looking
right.
at.
That's why we need the experts in.
Okay.
And then we'll stick.
Mick, you've already put a proposal forward. Can you repeat your proposal, please? Just so I know.
Yeah. I propose that we go looking for either a consultant to help us source a supplier or direct to the market for a supplier of playground maintenance services.
Right. I would like to second Mick's proposal.
The council agree with that?
Yeah.
Can I just have that resolution again?
Go on, make me think.
You've got to get it right. You're on film. Not a single word in error.
I'm happy for that to be there. I propose that we seek professional advice on sourcing the playground maintenance company. If we can't get that professional advice, then we go source it ourselves, with a view to outsourcing as much of this problem as they are able to take on, to provide.
But our grant,
So that's a medium term. I mean, in the short term, we need to identify the dangerous. Absolutely here now need to be.
I would recommend that if Councillor West is prepared to go around, you have to physically visit these sites and see what you feel,
I will photograph everything.
and then focus on the bits that are important according to the report.
Yeah.
Yeah, and anything you see visually, and then make sure that is dealt with through Arlesey and the groundsman
Yeah.
to a safe standard. While we await, further progression of the proposal.
Okay.
I'm happy for Councillor West.
Just a slight modification then. Maybe Councillor should do it with one of our groundsmen's RoSPA trained, don't you?
Yes, Andrew.
Andrew's
You
not
should do it with
trained.
Andrew. Because you might see something like that.
So you need to go around. Yeah, you need to go around with him. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. If you would like me to do that, I'm happy to do that. Now tell me when would you like
Well,
me
you
to
need
do
to
it?
set aside a date when he's working to make
Yeah, that's what I
sure.
just said. When would you like me to do it?
Well,
As
ASAP.
soon as possible.
Yeah.
So that this week.
Tomorrow
Well, one day this week. You have to find out from Arlesey when he's actually.
is Andrew in tomorrow.
Yeah. Hours of
He is,
work
but
on.
he's got a couple of meetings during the day.
Okay. So day after.
No, he's not on Thursday,
Okay. When's he next in?
next Monday.
If the council are agreeable for me to do it on Monday, then I'm agreeable to do it. 9:30ish.
Proposal at Councillor West along with the groundsman. As a visual check on all the sites, along with taking along the RoSPA report, identifying any major concerns or health or safety issues, with a view to getting those rectified while we progress the outsourcing of the operation.
Is everybody happy with that? Okay.
Yeah, we exhausted that.
And the time?
9:30ish.
No, next Monday.
As long as it takes.
All day.
Well, if I give him his report sheets
He can do the inspection at the same time.
with you.
Okay.
Thank you for that, David.
Okay.
So that's the player report for A. 4B, members to consider a report and quotation for the repair of the swings in the play area.
Mr. Chair.
You should have a copy of 4B. Councillor West.
Mr. Chair, before we moved on, I put a list of recommendations on. I know full well that we've said we're going to outsource it, but I'd just like to point out all the different recommendations. For example, all the reports, all the committees to go to all councillors, even if they're not on that committee, okay? And if we can get some members trained by RoSPA as well.
Maybe you have said that already and we've all read the report.
Okay, fair enough.
You know, we have taken it on board.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Councillor West, do you want to talk about this quote, or do I'm happy to, is this the only quote we've got for this?
Yeah, because then he came along and had a look at the shackle that was damaged. That was damaged by vandalism.
What's the difference between the two quotations then?
Um,
Just way to
we,
fix your
we,
swing.
we haven't got any swings there at the moment. We have 2 flat seat swings and then we have 2 cradle swings for the
Yeah.
other ones.
Then, Mr. Chair, the one thing is it's too high for our ground staff. Our ground staff are not trained to work at that height.
You can't,
They can't do it.
No, so that's why we can't ask them to look
so
at
the
this.
total cost is 755 as we claim the VAT back.
I'd like to propose we accept that.
Not that we can mess around. From
I don't think so, it's got to be done properly.
So we're all in agreement, we'll approve that quote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And any I will spend out reserves.
We need to find out what we can do with 106 monies that's sitting at central please?
Well, Julia's
Are you doing that?
said to do,
Yeah.
no, Julia's suggested to buy new equipment.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, we need to find out how much there is, what specifically, if anything, we've got to spend it on, if there's
Yes,
certain
some of it is
specification,
specified, yeah.
and also how soon can we access it?
We can access some of it straight away, but you know that when we last used some of it was for the trial balance.
Okay, but you'd have to communicate with Central Beds over that, wouldn't you? So if you can do a bit of groundwork on that as well.
I'm already doing that.
Mr. Chair, the clerk during the said about the overspend coming out. She said we've got to take, can we take it out of reserves? Okay, as long as it doesn't leave our reserves short, then I'm in favour of it coming out of the reserves to fix this. So I know there is what we call a legal minimum we have to have in reserve.
I think the reserves are quite healthy, aren't they?
So I'd like to propose that wherever the money has to come from, whether it be reserves or otherwise, to fix this, that they can be taken from wherever it is needed to be done.
Right, yeah. Okay, council agree with that, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, good.
Just, who's, sorry, I've just done a quick search here and I found a dozen playground maintenance companies.
Lovely.
No, they're all OA some numbers, so I can't tell. Although one is Kettering, two are Kettering.
That's Wicksteed Park.
No,
reasonably
that's
low,
Wicksteed
isn't it?
Park, that's probably a good one.
One is Wicksteed Park, and one is Reed's Playground Maintenance.
I'm sure we'll,
Can you
that'll be quite...
email?
I can. I was just going to ask to you or to you.
Elsie's the principal officer, I'm just a councillor.
No, no problem.
Right, moving on, 5. Office telephones. Members to consider quotations for replacement telephones for the office.
Yeah, both Leslie and my phone are about 9 years old. She's having trouble with her phone and mine doesn't work at all, so I can't.
They're handy stuff, isn't it?
We've tried it in different sockets, it's just not working.
£5 from us, from Argos. Cheapest phone you can get, £5 from Argos.
Well, we've got to have a phone that goes on the feature line that we've got in the office, so that.
While we're on equipment in
Yeah.
the office, I can't remember off my head, I meant to check, but because it hasn't been well, I haven't done it. But there was talk about new computers and some Wi-Fi stuff going in the resource centre
Yeah,
and the new computers, and it was yonks ago, ages ago.
yeah.
Now, this doesn't appear to be coming up as to
It's
why we haven't got them
preparing,
and why we can't move forward on that.
I'm just preparing or getting some quotes in for computers.
Can I? Sorry.
The Wi-Fi's already been sorted.
Yeah, the
I'll
Wi-Fi
go back
thing
to
is-
those people.
Waiting
That's
to happen,
fine.
isn't it?
Yeah.
On the computer side of things, is this the analysis that Duncan did on the hardware?
Yeah, you had a look. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm interested in where we go with this. There is some emerging technology which is really stable now, and the cost of software has gone through the floor if we go cloud-based. And you use Microsoft Office tools. Well, very recently, Microsoft have taken their Office tools up to the cloud.
Windows 365.
Office 365, yes.
Yeah.
I use it.
And it's a few pounds per person, and we could swerve all the maintenance costs.
Yeah, that's about what you're talking about, isn't it? The
Yeah.
resource centre and other things. Okay.
So-
Well, obviously,
We need to revisit that, because
Yeah,
if we
we
do
will.
that, we don't need powerful machines at all.
No.
Because we
well,
run-
you're the expert on that.
Well, yeah, I'm very happy to have it. Yeah.
But I just,
Can we come back to the
I just
issue
think
of
we
it?
need to
Yeah,
do
we need to
an
move it
analysis.
forward. Yeah.
They're coming together now because obviously there's been times when we haven't been able to do things. They're now coming together. I'm also looking at rotators. I've got 3 prices for that because we desperately need a rotator. We've let some allotments out and it's all coming together now. Hopefully we need to look at town council vehicle as well.
Mr. Chair,
Can we look at the
telephones?
office telephones now then, please?
Yeah, while we look at the office telephones, can I also suggest that for something that's free of charge, that we actually connect up to Skype? as well. When we get a Skype number, and anybody then who is in the village who has Skype means to say that they can talk to us for free and we can talk to them for free. And it's through the it's a link on the internet that actually costs nothing to do nothing to us at all.
Okay, I think that's something that we'd
I'll
consider along with all the other
do a narrative.
communication exercise that Councillor Hollow will probably
I'll
undertake.
do that, yeah, I'll look into that.
Okay, so the three, Elsie, is this something that you just, are these, you've chosen these because of features and price, yeah?
We have, well, we've got our attempt to look at the others and they weren't suitable, so we've looked at these this afternoon.
Well, I mean, I'll pass this round, there's no way I can really read this out. I mean,
No.
How much are they?
well, one's £74 plus VAT, which is a BT feature line
Feature line,
Mark II phone plus PSU and refurbished.
which is actually what we've got in the
Is
office.
One
that
is-
what you're used to?
One is a,
Get out.
well, the other one's very similar, isn't it?
That one's
a bit-
75.
The other one's 75 and there's another one called, they're all BT feature line phone Mark IIs.
Elsie, which one would you recommend?
There's virtually no difference in the prices, one's 64.95, one's 75 and one's 74.
So can we leave it to the clerk to choose which one, if she's happy to use it, whichever
Yeah.
one she's
Can you
happy
make
to
it
use
mark
it?
one you want?
We need to make sure that we can transfer calls between the
You need to
That's
make
right,
sure they do
if you
what you need
do
to
it,
do.
then you can.
Yeah, otherwise there's no point in getting, is there? Councillor
Just a
Bracken.
point.
No, make
You know,
whatever point you...
the call blocker, nuisance call blockers as well. Whilst you're at it, I don't know if you have that problem.
True Call is the thing, there's two on the market, one called True Call, and it costs about £100, or the other one is on the market, costs about £60, and it has a big button, and you got block the call on it, and it costs £68 from QVC.
I've got a BT one about that. But they are good.
Yeah, I've got one called True Call, it's really good, it stops all the crap calls, everything.
Yeah.
Not very nice calls.
Okay, sales and marketing calls, and PPI calls.
Let's not get off the track. Right, we'll now move on to the last item, which is item 6, exempt item on staff matters.
Mr Chair, I'd like to propose this council moves into section 12A of the Local Government Act 1972 that accuses the press and the public and anybody else who's recording this meeting, please turn your recording devices off.
We need
Good
to vote.
night, everybody.
Can we have a...
Good
we all
Good night,
agree
yeah.
that?
Don't we need to vote
Why
on
did
each
you
one?
do midnight this way?
I proposed it, now needs to be seconded and then
But
gets
make
voted
sure
on.
you got a cup of cocoa for me when I
Can I
get
have a second
home.
of Councillor West's proposal, please?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, okay.
And